Okay, so your life was bad. Yay. And you're filled with trauma. Oh no, you're insane! This is deeply concerning. He's technically become the god that he wanted to be. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Ben, and today I'll be reacting to the Death Note episode 32. Now, the last episode was quite the roller coaster. You had Nier escape being killed by light in a very good way. It really showed off how much power he has without a Death Note. He completely made Light look like a fool. He turned the mob basically neutral by just shoving money in their face. He made it look insanely easy. And then of course he got Light's name, which I could not be happier about. And it does make me wonder what he can do now. What's stopping him from exposing Light to the world? Is it his uncertainty? Or what does he need? What left does he have to do? Then we go on to the more, I guess, frustrating parts of the episode where Misa now has lost her memory. She's given up her Death Note. So she is useless in that sense of being able to expose Light. And the Death Note has been given to Mikami, the hand of Kira. So while that's going to make things more difficult for Nier, knowing, because he doesn't even know that there's two Kiras at this point now, and it sets up another red herring for Light, I'm hopeful that this guy can basically be something Light doesn't expect. That's what we know about Light. He is prideful. He thinks he's above everyone else. He underestimates them to an absurd degree. So I'm hoping Mikami isn't just the perfect clone of Light, or maybe he is, and that could be one good thing, but I'm hoping there's something we're missing. Either Mikami could be a perfect clone, in which case he's going to be filled with pride. It could mean that he leads him to wanting to be the new Kira, like fully, and get rid of the old one. Or Light underestimated him. He is not a perfect clone. He'll do things differently to Light, even slightly, which Nier will be able to pick up on. Or he'll take the mission into a different direction. He might only care for the mission and not actually Kira. I'm excited to learn more about him and just try and analyze how this could be negative for Light, because that's what it has to be. Light can't win. I refuse to believe he actually wins in the end. He's got to have some kind of failure, and Mikami could be it. We're in the run up to the end. I feel like every move Light makes from here is going to be a lead to his eventual failure. So I can't wait to see how Mikami can somehow fit into that. But yeah, as always, if you do enjoy this video, please remember to like, subscribe, as it really does help the channel to grow. If you do enjoy my content and you want to help support the channel, I do have a Patreon, the link will be in the description. Over there I'm uploading these videos and the full reaction a week in advance. If that's something you're interested in, feel free to check it out. But with that said, let's just dive on in.
Delete. Delete! Delete!
The guy is definitely very similar to Light in just how dramatic he is, but you have that difference. He says delete, and we're gonna hone in on that. That's a difference.
Teru Mikami was a child with a strong sense of justice. He was able to distinguish right from wrong better than any of his peers.
And yet you came a second Kira.
Teru had been through and seen far worse miseries and even witnessed death.
Okay, so your life was bad, yay, and you're filled with trauma. That's not good. Okay, great little recap on him. Yay, I guess we get that info. So but then it says he has a good moral compass. How? Well, that could be make him different from Light, because we know Light is not. Are you rich? You're living in a very fancy building. Would he be a lawyer if he'd got a sense of morality and can see right and wrong? Could he be a lawyer? I'm trying to think, what would it look like for a lawyer to get the Death Note? Or someone actually in the field of law?
There is only good and evil. That was one of the first universal truths I grasped from observing the world around me when I was a child.
No shades of grey, huh?
Human being, without exception, ends up falling into one category or the other.
Without exception. So he's very believing in that rule.
As class president, I strive to achieve great things for my fellow students, but there were always enemies.
So you got bullied. You got bullied and they turned you into sort of this.
Evil has to be confronted.
Oh no, he wasn't the bully. He tried to stand up. He tried to help.
Hearing those words of gratitude from the victims made me want to save them again and again.
I feel like he could be a good Death Note user, but I hate that idea.
I was able to stand up for my sense of justice.
Okay, good little origin on you. And yep, intimidate them, make him leave him alone.
But that was only true in the world of children.
So it gets different for you now? What?
The more I confronted evil, the more enemies I had to face.
Evil.
Victims would become participants, and even the people watching would be influenced by evil and become enemies themselves.
No, he's extreme. He's an extremist. The way he sees it, yeah, it's full-on extremist.
The only person who understood my hopes and remained my ally was the woman who raised me on her own. My mother. Rather, it used to be my mother.
Oh, let me guess, she's dead now. She got murdered, and Kira probably killed the killer.
You have to stop doing this. There's no reason for you to suffer so much for your beliefs. What do you think you're proving getting hurt like this?
He's not trying to prove it to anyone, he's just doing it for himself.
My mother was wrong. She didn't side with justice. She was one of those who deserved to be deleted.
Oh no, you're insane!
That was when the miracle happened. 4 of the worst delinquents from my school lost control of their car while they were joyriding.
That's a miracle to you?
One bystander was killed as well. That bystander was my mother.
That's a miracle to you?
All the people I resented had been deleted. At first, I was terrified. I couldn't stop shivering.
You resented your mother?
With these people out of the picture, how many others would benefit as a result? Clearly their victims were relieved. Wouldn't everyone in my class be happier now that they were gone?
Okay, there's no real hope for you. You're full-on extremist. This is a great origin story for him. He's a monster. He's pure evil. He seems like he was just born bad. Not quite born bad, the world has turned him into this. This is what he's learned from the world, which is a terrifying thought to think about. It's like school bullies, I wouldn't call evil, they're just bad. They're not like murderers. If they're confronted, there's a good chance they stop, but they're like power. There's reasons for it that can be averted and they can be changed.
And the closer they grew to adulthood, the less likely it was that they would ever reform.
Okay, he's been studying it.
Every time I judged someone as evil, they would soon be taken care of. Was it coincidence? Was I special somehow?
Yeah, so yeah, you're very close to Kira. You've got the same worldview, kind of, but you lack the pride. He's almost selfless, in a sense. He considers he's using himself for justice. He doesn't want to be a god like Light does.
It was divine justice. God had been watching me.
And he truly thinks he's chosen. He is insane.
I started to frequent places where God was bound to be watching, and then it happened.
A gift sent from your heaven.
God recognized me, as I had always hoped. Not only that, but he found me worthy of sharing his power to eliminate evil.
This is deeply concerning. Light has actually turned it into a religion. He's technically become the god that he wanted to be. Of course, he can still be killed. He can still die. He is immortal. He's not truly a god, but he is god to people. He has had this great of a success in this.
Delete, 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 delete.
He is an extremist, nutcase, moral absolutist. It's insane to actually consider your mother's death a miracle, when all she said was that not everything will go your way.
An understandable move, but now there's no spokesperson. Kira needs a voice. And at the moment, I can't make any moves myself.
He won't just kill criminals. He'll just kill bad people that he sees fit. He's going to be a hindrance.
But this is an important time for him. We need a spokesperson to spread his word to the people. Then I will take the initiative.
Do you just have the same brain?
Extra, extra! There's a new development in the Kira case. He's chosen a new spokesperson to take Demigawa's place. Take a look.
His attitude's starting to bother me. I liked Matsuda, but his attitude is really getting on my nerves.
Woman.
It's a lot. Your fake girlfriend!
Is Kiyomi Takada from News 6. Starting today, it will be my duty to spread the word of Kira accurately and quickly.
Gotta be kidding me.
Chan will fairly
So we
and
picked
carefully present
NHN's
Kira's
star
message
newscaster,
to the
huh?
citizens as
Kira's
part
got
of
good
this message.
taste.
Everyone's
Choosing
opinion
Taki was a
is
good
questioned
idea.
for Kira.
But of course, this isn't Light's decision. Is he gonna get annoyed by Mikami?
You've moved quickly, Mikami. However, it won't take them long to find the connection between us, which could be a problem.
Hindrance.
She's not a bad choice. It's one I never would have considered since I already knew her.
Gotta be kidding me.
But this could actually make things easier.
No, stop it!
Definitely use her, but I'll have to find a way to contact her soon.
I hate. No. Bad.
But her attitude changed subtly when Kira's name was mentioned. She had a uniquely rigid sense of justice that I could identify with.
She probably got that from Light, right? They met, they dated, they would have talked about stuff like this.
It's more than that. She thinks like Kira. That makes her the broadcaster most worthy of being the new voice.
So there's another one. How many are we getting?
It'd be too suspicious for Kira to choose an ex-girlfriend as his representative. And there's been no sign of Light sending her any messages.
Is that exactly what he wants you to think? I hate this. It's so annoying because it's gonna make Light. It's gonna make it look confusing, and I don't know if Aizawa can keep up with that. Near, probably.
She's in contact with Kira somehow. I think our best bet is to use that connection to find a way to Kira through her.
And you didn't do that for Demigawa? Well, I guess they probably knew that Demigawa was just insane and an idiot.
She'll meet with me if I ask her to.
Wow, listen to this guy. You're the man, Light.
Matsuda, you're so annoying. Had so much hope in you.
We used to talk about a lot of different topics while we were in college, and one thing was clear. She worships Kira.
You know, back then that wasn't your doing. Even the words have changed. It's no longer support, it's worship. That's what they're describing just regular people and how they think of Kira now.
We can convince her to assist us as long as we pretend it's for Kira's benefit.
Do you think that'll go over well?
I'm not entirely sure, but it's worth a try at least.
You are his sheep. He's literally just using this to further his own plans. And then realize it. They're nothing.
If you don't mind, I'd like to listen in on your conversation with Miss Takada.
Actually, it's better if you do. If she lets slip something about Kira, it would be best if more than one of us was listening.
And of course, he raises good points, try and act less suspicious. Is Aizawa gonna, like, get it, or is he gonna fall away? I mean, I wouldn't blame him, because, like, is that good? And Aizawa just probably isn't on the same level as Light. It'd be impressive if he does get it.
Hi, it's been a while. What's going on?
I have something important to tell you. Could we meet somewhere? I have a favor to ask you.
He just sounds weird. He's just...
I know my timing is pretty bad. I mean, you're the woman the whole world is watching right now, so it might not be possible.
I get that it's intentional, but it's like, it's showing that Light is just doesn't understand what to sort of do here. He thinks is the correct choice, but it sounds weird to just a regular person.
After so much time, our paths are about to cross again. Call me crazy, but I feel like this is fate.
Come on, there's no way she buys that.
I may be able to help you, depending on what you're asking for.
I appreciate it. At the very least, I just want you to hear what I have to say.
It sounds so odd, like it's so sappy and romantic and just fateful. After years of just being apart, like, it sounds odd. It's how Light thinks these things are done, when it's clearly not.
Are things not going too well on the home front?
Well, to be honest, Misa's just not intelligent enough to be my partner.
No one sees how easily he manipulates things.
I mean, I know that Light trusts me totally, but don't you think most people would start saying I'm cheating on him? Oh, he'd be so jealous.
Spy... Wait, Mello got a bug in there?
Unbelievably stupid girl?
Nicely done, Mello, but of course she has no memory, so that's completely useless.
Good evening. This is the 9 o'clock news. First, I have an announcement that comes directly from Kira. His words are to become the new law of the world.
I hate how they phrase that.
But he will also not forgive those who live wastefully and refuse to use their abilities to contribute to the betterment of society.
Forcing people... What the...
So Kira's gonna kill lazy people now?
You're kidding me.
And it
You're
expands.
taking this too far, Mikami. It's too early to be making those kinds of statements.
Too early? You'd still do that? You support that idea? Oh, of course. It would keep going. So I'm glad that he's getting some pushback on the whole Mikami thing. It isn't a good thing, or at least all good. I mean, it could be that he starts going after like the 7 deadly sins or something. First, it's just evil, and I don't know what that would be. But now going after sloth. What about other things? What else would Light consider going after? Not just criminals. Since he seems okay with the whole sloth thing. Just it's too early, apparently.
I missed you.
Is she really buying this?
I'm sorry. It's just... Anyway, please sit down.
It's been years. First time you've contacted, and he's acting like this. He really thinks he's the bee's knees. Come on, have some pushback, please.
If he just stays silent, she'll get suspicious.
Come on. Don't tell me you've never been in love before, E-Day.
It's fake, Matsura.
Please excuse me. Kira.
Is it Mikami?
She just said it's Kira!
Okay, now what? Okay, interesting. Light has to give up this annoying act.
Should answer it.
Right. Hello. No, I'm with a friend right now.
It just looks so weird.
Someone who requests a private meeting with Kira's spokesperson. I'd like to speak with him if I may.
They share the same brain and I hate it.
He said that he wants to speak to you.
Perfect. I was right to choose you, Mikami.
Would you reveal yourself to, I've already put in a name, news reporter, but Light can't say anything. You're being watched. How can you get around this?
5 pages on November 26th? I don't get it. What do you mean?
You're God!
You're doing well, Mikami.
How did you get that code through so quickly?
Is he asking me to judge someone right now?
Turn to Sakura TV!
What's that? Sakura TV?
Quick, let's check it out.
I hate how annoying this is working.
Back to our program, no matter what it might take.
They're still doing this. They're just asking to die.
Mikami, yes. You're even better than I expected.
What? He's removing the bugs?
We don't have a choice.
And cheap. They're all useless.
I don't understand. What's going on?
Now I can talk without any constraints.
What?
Here's Kira.
I am the real Kira. That's right. I'm Kira.
It's actually officially revealing it to people.
Light is Kira?
Listen, I won't allow you to ask Kiyomi.
We don't know a lot about her. Could she just run out the door and broadcast it, please? Could she be playing her own game?
I can't believe it's you.
The light of eyes.
You were the only man I ever really admired. To be honest, the only man I ever felt a connection with.
Oh, come on, please.
To find out you're Kira, it's incredible.
Please be faking it. Please. News reporter, maybe you can be kind of a good actor. Please. Fake it.
The goddess of the new world.
Oh, Light.
You gotta be kidding me. So what does Misa... Now, how does that not drive Misa insane? Why would she not try and kill this woman?
Kiyomi was able to work things out with Kira. I've decided that from now on, I'm gonna pretend to be dating her. We might be able to find Kira that way.
Misa?
Delete.
Delete, delete, delete.
You definitely took the idea. And yep, ending. Okay, that left me very confused. Okay, another very good episode. Things are definitely building. We've got nothing on Nier, but we've got a whole lot more on Light, just how he navigated the thing that I was really hoping would be a bigger issue. He actually has Mikami completely under his control. He's also got another one, and the actual spokesperson under his control. He's got 2 variables now that he's been able to completely control. If anything, the only option left is that Misa goes nuts and tries killing everyone. That could work. But it's just so annoying watching Light work, because he does a good job at it, but he comes off as so weird, yet no one else sees it. He acts like how he thinks people would act, not how they actually act. It's like he's got all of his information on human behavior from a book rather than actually just experiencing it himself. And that's clearly the type of person he is. He was an academic. He doesn't have experience. He just watches and... No, he doesn't watch. He just learns. He just reads and tries to implement it. He does not know how people actually function. He just tries to imitate it, and that's what he did here. He probably watched a movie or something with Misa and tried to do the same with what he did here. It's annoying that it worked. He actually got in contact with Mikami and got his way. He now has full control over both of these two. And the useless sheep that are the task force are none the wiser. I guess though we had one ray of sunshine, being that Mello has got a bug in Misa's apartment. That is good. So what does Light do now? Because now he's going to say that this woman's going to be a goddess. And what does happen with Misa? He's going to get rid of Misa. The new one is definitely less crazy, but so does that mean he's going to kill Misa? But then that could be how Mello finds out. Maybe it isn't just Nier being the victim. Maybe they both can win. I don't even know what to think. But this episode, very good. Love just seeing the start where it basically went in the whole origin of Mikami. I'm very happy with that because it felt rushed, but I'm glad that we just got a whole half of the episode dedicated to understanding this guy. And he's insane. He's a moral extremist absolutist. Black and white, no in between, no shades of grey. And it's not even criminals. It's just if you're like not that good of a person or you have a bad action, you're dead. Bullies. He obviously was hurt, so bullies he considers dead. Would he kill children? Probably. But the bully thing, it's a difficult issue. Because I don't think bullies should die, obviously. I wouldn't call them evil, but then again, I do think what they do is bad, but I wouldn't call them bad people. Half the time, bullying comes from like the other issues. Sure, yes, a kid can be pure evil. Maybe, no. Sure, a kid can just find joy in putting down others. That can happen, sure. But that is what structured this guy's worldview. That is not a good idea. Then he calls the accident that killed his mum a miracle. She said that not everything will go his way. The world will not always go according to him. And that's what made him hate her. It makes it seem like he was just born evil. Yet we know the world has to have shaped him in this way, and so badly that he actually hated someone that wouldn't conform to him. My understanding would be, so yeah, he wasn't even bullied himself. He was trying to stand up for people that got bullied. He's a very interesting character. Probably, yeah, definitely a good person to get the death note. So he wasn't the one to get bullied. He stood up for people that got bullied. Nice, good. Stand up, yay. But then as he grew, it got harder and harder. But then he did find success in it in the end. And then 4 of his bullies died and he was happy about it. And then that happened to kill a bystander, which happened to be his mum. And he was happy about that too. So when he went to his mum, probably because he wasn't bullied. That's the thing. He wasn't the victim. He was the one stopping it. That's what I'm hung up on. I can understand if a victim of a bully becomes this, wanting to take revenge, but it's not revenge. It's justice. And I like how they've done this because it makes the distinction. He saw the disparity and he wanted to fix it. He wanted to get involved. His mum basically said no, which that could be considered a bad thing. But of course, she didn't really say that. She said, well, not everything will go your way. Maybe she just didn't word it in the best supportive manner because I think, yes, his pursuit is fine. He wants to help people. That's good, that's great. But then the mum didn't voice it in the best way, saying that you won't be able to help everyone. Essentially, that's what she said. And that's what he heard. And then a switch flipped in his head, basically saying that he hates her. That's extreme. The dude feels like an absolute nutcase, and it's shocking that these people have managed to get the death note, because yeah, they're perfect for it. And the world that they could create is a terrifying one. But I think I just love how much was built on this character and how much was done with him. He feels so insane, but definitely like a good threat for Nier to deal with. It's building this conflict very well. I don't know how Nier, because now my issue with like the idea of, oh, he'd never kill a kid. This guy would, so that kind of takes care of that issue. Like, does this guy believe in giving people second chances? Because Light even said that he wouldn't kill a criminal under extenuating circumstances. So some reason where maybe someone stole a loaf of bread to feed their family. Light wouldn't kill them. But then I would assume this guy would, because he doesn't see the circumstances or the exceptions. He just sees black and white. But he doesn't even adhere to the law. It's just a good or bad person, and what he deems to be a good and bad person. And currently that is working with whoever believes in Kira and who doesn't, whoever agrees with Kira and who doesn't. So we've gone away from being justice to just full out cult religion. That's what this has done. Then you even have Light saying that it's too soon to start killing people who are lazy. So that's something he considered to do. So I'm assuming that would then mean people who are lustful, people who are greedy, people who are prideful, which could be himself. That would probably end up being the last one since it's so similar to him. I don't remember what the other 7 sins are. Wrath, people who are wrathful. Envy, that's another one. So would he actually go after people who display those types of emotions as well? So it's just gone with criminals. I feel like that's over now. It's no longer criminals, it's just good and bad people. While of course this episode didn't have any Nier and it was fully just focusing on Light and his victories, I did really enjoy it. I think the writing is always just incredible, and just how they explored Mikami was done really well. Getting a whole origin on him for the first half, loved that. But of course just focusing on Light first. It's so annoying watching him win constantly. I don't like him. I want him to lose. We're in the final stretch. I don't want this show to end with him actually winning in the end. That'd be a nightmare. He's already won. He's finally being backed into a corner. I like seeing the challenge, but of course now he's getting more victories and it's making it more difficult for Nier. Like, not only here did he managed to solve 2 variables that could have been a real big pain for him. First you have Mikami, who Light doesn't know a lot about him. He could do quite literally anything. We see hints of it where he's doing things which Light wouldn't do, so then Light needs to get him under control. Sadly, he does it. But then of course you also have Kiyomi, the news person, who is now the spokesperson for Kira. It's the voice piece to the world. So he has so much control now, and he can just broadcast his message to anyone, however he wants. And it's no longer someone guided by money, it's someone fully under his control. So now Nier can't do what he did last time. He will actually be focused on the mission. Like, he exposed himself. He told a news reporter that he is Kira, and she actually values that mission more than her own career and herself, which is just so irritating. I want him to start making more mistakes, and it's annoying, but I feel like he could be spreading himself thin. There's certainly options here. I feel like his biggest mistake is probably saying that Kiyomi can be his goddess, because that of course is currently Misa's position. What is this serial killer gonna do when she finds out? I feel like there's gotta be a mistake in here somewhere. I'm excited to see where it does show up, because I feel like Light has to be taking on too much. He is only human. As much as he likes to think he's a god, he is human. He will make mistakes, and I can't wait to see when those wheels start crumbling down on him. Then looking at Mikami, loved his first half of the episode, just getting to know him and why he does what he does. I think I just really like the distinction they made. He doesn't see justice as black and white because of revenge, but actually because he was the one that would try and help people. It came from a positive place to begin with, and then the world turned it sort of into his idea of it. Seeing him get in between a bully and a victim, trying to mediate that conflict and stop it. Then going to his mum and talking about it, and her telling him that you can't spread this idea forever because that's just reality, and him then taking that as her being against him. It shows a slight delusion there, or at least a little irrational stuff there, which eventually led him to see his mother's death as a miracle. He is insane. He's completely insane, and honestly the perfect person for Light to give a death note to. But I think what I love so much is that while his introduction felt rushed, they give a whole half of an episode to understand who this guy is, which is perfect for me. We can now kind of guess as to what this guy's going to do. He isn't prideful, because we had options in my mind. He could have been prideful. He could have wanted to take Kira's position. He could have done a lot. He could have gone against Kira and do different things that weren't exactly like Light, but now he's perfectly under Light's control. And he does see Light as an actual god, so he will do whatever for him. He is literally the perfect follower. How does that work for this story? What does a perfect follower do for this story other than just help Light? How can Nier use this to his advantage? Is there any way that this guy can be a detriment to Light? Is there any way he can get in his way? And then we have Kiyomi, who that is, again, annoying because it's Light and he comes off as so weird to me. I don't get how whatever he did here works on her. Yes, she's infatuated by the idea of Kira, but then you have Light, who, for her, all she knew was just Light. And he acted so weird and so romantic. It's been years since they've talked. It was his ex-girlfriend, and he calls her out of the blue and is acting all weird and romantic and just weird. It's like how he thinks people would act in these situations, not how they actually do act, but for some reason it worked. And Kiyomi actually falls for it. She actually thinks Light is in love with her and will do whatever he says. Slightly makes me feel bad for her, but of course she sides with Kira. She sides with the idea that people should be punished like this, and she even sided with the idea that lazy people should be killed. That is definitely a step even further than too far. So this episode was very telling about her character and what she is like now. She's definitely a better option for Light than Misa because she's easier to control and less insane, but it will be very interesting going forward because now Light has a spokesperson that he can fully control, And what will that mean for Nier? What will that mean for the story as well? It is another step on his path to godhood by having a speaker that does truly fully believe in the mission, unlike Demigawa. Then the task force are less than useless. Even Aizawa sadly has fallen back into this whole thing, but of course this episode was given time. The focus of this episode was on Mikami and Kiyomi, so of course Aizawa's plot has to be on hold for a little bit, but that means he gets lumped in with the rest of the useless people. They do absolutely nothing, and if anything they get more convinced that Light's innocent. If Al was here, he would be telling them that, oh no, don't think of it that way, think of it this way, and it would allow for more doubt. And that's something that these guys simply can't do. They're just sheep, and they are so easily twisted by what Light does. And it's just such a shame. We've been following Aizawa for a while and just seeing how he's growing, and then this just feels like a setback. Of course, I still have hope that he will find out eventually and he'll confirm it for himself, but this just means it's going to take longer. I wish the task force could be more useful, but at this point, they literally just helped Kira get in contact with his Death Note user and a spokesperson. They helped him, of course unknowingly, but they are literally his puppets, and they don't even know, and it makes me feel bad for them, but also, they are just sheep. They are doing whatever he says. I actually think they're doing good. So looking closely at Misa then, she had one scene really in here where she's still with Mogi in her apartment, but her room has been bugged. That's good, but of course she lacks her memory. Then the thing is, I've got to remember what would she do for Light. I think she even said it to Elle when she had no memory that she would kill for Light or Kira or the person she loved. So it all depends on whether or not Light has told no memory Misa that he is Kira, which honestly isn't that bad of a thing to do. He just has to rehash everything that he's already done with her, which he's done before, and it feels like they kind of have to. For Mello to have set a bug up in there, that's his only lead, that's his only way in. They had to have some kind of discussion that Mello will catch, and that will bring him up to speed with Nier and make their competition be the focus again. Then on top of all of that, Light now has a new goddess. What is Misa going to do when she finds out? Because we know that she is a serial killer. With or without the Death Note, she is nuts. The Death Note just allowed her to do it more easily. I feel like there's going to be a big conflict, and I'm hoping that Light can't control it. At some point, it has to break. His power, his way with people has to give in. And Misa feels like the perfect candidate there because she is about to be replaced. And I don't feel bad for her anymore. She is a complete nutcase. And if anything, I just want her to be some kind of detriment to Light. If that is through trying to go after Kiyomi or accidentally giving up info to Mello, let it be something. Let some mistake happen because of what Light has chosen to do here. And then taking a closer look at Mello, like the scene that he got here, I like that he isn't forgotten about. He's still doing something. He's still trying to beat Nier, and he's gone in a better direction than just trying to steal the Death Note. He's planted a bug, and now all he has to do is wait. It seems like no one's found it. Ryuk isn't there to scan for it. So all Light has to do is get home and just start talking. Then Mello will have him. And then he will be on the same page as Nier, and then their competition will be back as the focus. And I'm really looking forward to that because I really like that idea of these two basically sidelining Light and it be between them, the conflict actually be between these two. And it's set up so well for Mello to just get that info and to just spring right up to where Nier is. They would both know that Light is Kira, and then they can take the next step into what do you do after that, because Nier hasn't done anything yet and he knows that Light is Kira. He's waiting for something, and it could just be the plot waiting for Mello to find out too. But yeah, then as for what's next, Light feels even more powerful than ever. He's got his hand and his spokesperson. And of course he has the issue with Misa to deal with. So he's got a few things going on, but he feels so much stronger. While annoying, it should hopefully make his inevitable downfall even more satisfying. I am choosing to believe he has to fail. I am refusing to believe he wins in the end. He has Mikami, he has Kiyomi. So now he can speak to the world and tell them what his plan is. He has a second Kira that can carry out his bidding. Now he has an easier way to contact them, and it makes him look all the more innocent. He can do everything just by instructing others. He doesn't actually have to do anything himself now. Of course, I think there was one Death Note unaccounted for, which I don't know where that one went. I'm guessing Light has it as a backup. So he definitely has a good plan in place, but I need to see Nier again. That's all I need. Hopefully the next episode, it will be focused back on Nier, and he can analyze all these new changes and can form a plan around it that will make me feel more confident that Light will fail. But then of course we also have the whole Misa dilemma where she's going to be replaced. It'll be very interesting to see what her reaction to that will be, because she's so dedicated and infatuated by Light. What will she do if he rejects her? Would she just accept it? Probably not. But what if Light tells her to? What does she do? Pretty sure she's already said that she'd happily kill his other girlfriend, but how would she do that without a Death Note? I feel like she'd just try and do it anyway. I think the next episode is going to be very interesting, and again, it's going to be another step up in building towards what the end of this show will be. And I like that it's basically just escalating more and more each episode. Nier's capabilities, now Light feels more powerful, everything is building up, and now Mello, it seems to be, I'd assume the next episode probably would be Mello getting more powerful. Have this whole thing be around the three of them, and just have everything clash that way. But yeah, overall, I really enjoyed this episode. I think the start was incredibly done. filling in this new character, making them feel less like they were just brought out of the blue. And I like how much they just gave to his morality and just why he is doing what he's doing. It's shockingly terrifying, but also it's clear why Light chose him. And it also gives you more ideas on where this could go further. You know he probably won't turn against Light. He's going to do everything he says, but does he have ambition? He does have a different worldview than Light. It's not just criminals he's after, it's all bad people. And it's what he deems bad. So there has to be some kind of conflict there, and I'm glad that that kind of got highlighted for us. Then of course the latter half of the episode just brings things up to speed. Kiyomi gets Light in contact with Mikami, so now they're all working together. That's great, that's wonderful, they feel more powerful than ever. So it really raises the stakes of this conflict. We're getting into the final stretch now, and I'm very excited for it. Of course, Mello, I think, is the last one that needs to catch up, and he has the bug in the room. All he has to do is get a tiny bit of information and he gets on the same page as Nier. Then all three will be going head to head to try and win. And I can't wait to see what that final conflict will look like. But yeah, with that said, that does bring me to the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you thought about this episode in the comments. And with that, I will see you in the next one for episode 33. See ya!